I started off with the song I'm Just a Baby. And if I say that song, then maybe you know what I am referring to.
Oh, that's so crazy that you know that. Yeah, I actually didn't know about that until recently, that my mum sang that song
Yeah.
when she was like 17 or something.
When did you find out? How come just recently?
I mean, I knew that my mum had sort of had this little pop moment when she was young, you know, like, and she always sang to me as a kid and had this great voice, but I mean, she was always just my mum. She never talked about it, you know, like every now and then she'd say, oh yeah, you know, when I went on tour with the Beatles or whatever, you know, and I just thought it was kind of some weird thing. She's never really talked about it. And then recently, somebody in the UK dug up all this old material, and you know, she sent me a couple of links on YouTube, like, look at your mummy when she was 16 and or 17 or whatever, singing this this song and a couple of other songs, I guess. It was just a moment for her, but it's interesting. I don't know much about that part of her life at all. So,
But aren't you interested? Because you are into the music
Yeah.
business yourself.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, to be honest, like my mum herself will admit that, you know, it was more, I mean, the difference is that she didn't really write music. I think she maybe did it for a couple of years. She was super young. Her mum...
3 or 4 years, I think.
Yeah, I mean, her mum managed her. She was a kid, you know, it was, she wasn't particularly serious about it. She just had a great voice.
What did she play you when you were growing up?
She used to just sing to me, you know, lullabies and stuff. But music-wise, in the house, I mean, it was weird. It wasn't, like, I never heard her recorded voice or anything like that. It was always, you know, classical music or like really bad sort of late 70s pop, and you know.
What is really bad?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
It's I just kind of remember sort of like disco sounds or something.
Disco can be good.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I say bad, I just mean, you know, bad, good bad.
Yeah.
Good bad.
No, that was something.
That's
funny.
so crazy that you found that, because I mean, I'm surprised that people would even be aware of that.
And I even listened to the song because
Right.
I was just interesting because it's miles away from the music you are doing.
Oh,
So I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
maybe that's why I'm interested in, well, what sort of music did you grow up to? Maybe she influenced you, or maybe she even didn't, or I don't know. She kept you away from it even, I don't know.
No, not at all. I mean, literally, it was such a brief period for her that I think, I mean, it was just something we didn't really know anything about, and I don't even think is that important to her in her life now. It's not. She doesn't sit around and talk about the good old days, you know. She'll literally, like, I was looking through old photos and I found a photo of her with like the Beatles hanging out, you know. I was like, what's this? She goes, oh yeah, I haven't seen that in years, you know. It's just, so, no, I don't think that had an impact at all, no.
Do you like the Beatles?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, at the risk of sort of being embarrassed, I'm not, you know, I'm not hugely familiar with their catalogue. I mean, I don't own really a lot of their music. Certainly harmonically, I mean, they were obviously groundbreaking, everybody knows that, and sort of what they were doing. I'm probably more interested in John Lennon later on.
The solo work.
Yeah, I mean, Plastic Ono Band is definitely something that I've listened to a good deal.
It's really raw. That's what attracts you.
I think
raw,
so.
honest music.
Yeah, I think, you know, that period for him was is a lot more interesting. You know, what he was trying to get at, sort of on an inwardly, when he really sort of strove to kind of to express something more personal. I mean, I think that's. I'm not a musicologist, and I'm probably speaking completely out of turn, but the general sense I have is that you know, there was that period was kind of a transition in that period that's most exciting is the change from the formulaic, while there was amazing music in the 60s, obviously, the formulaic sort of structured song that's accepted as formula, the transition into a more personal expression, you know, something that kind of So yeah, so I think I'm more interested in songwriting that attempts to look inward rather than just make sort of a more generalized statement.